Hey guys, and welcome to my base. This video is going to be going over 5 things you didn't know about Rise of Kingdoms. Now, I want to put a disclaimer on this video right away because you may know some of these and you may know all of them, and let me know in the comments if you do. But I'm going to just kind of go over because these are just things that generally in my alliance and the players that I've come across, and also sometimes myself, and I found out later that I misunderstood it. So let's get right into it. So the first thing is gonna be march size. Well, the first thing is gonna be your march size. Now, everybody kind of knows what this is. You know, it's the amount of troops you can send with a commander when you are going to attack something and/or gather something on the map. So that's pretty straightforward. What's misunderstood about it is the amount. A lot of people think that it comes from your commander's level, which it does. So don't yell at me. But you could what you can actually do is tap on this little button right here. It'll break it down for you. So it's actually more based off of your city hall level. So right now I'm city hall level 21, and then he's level 36. So he's gonna get a troop capacity of 136. So his commander level only gives him a little bit compared to what my keep does. Um, so when I go to 21, which I'm about to in a few, maybe like in a few minutes, or I guess after this video, I'm probably going to upgrade it or start the upgrade. But yeah, I'll get 10,000 more march size. So that's really cool. So you want to really definitely upgrade your keep if you want to get to those really big armies. So number 2 is going to be talent points. So talents are given to a commander when they level up. When you reach level, I think it's, what is it, level 40, you receive 10 extra on top of the amount you already have. And then when you make it to level 50 and you go to 6 stars, you get an additional, I think it's 20. Oh no, it's 5 at 40, and then at 50 you get 10 extra talents. So what's misunderstood is that the secondary commander, when you send out your troops, uh, your secondary commander doesn't, their talents don't actually apply to battle. So if I send Lohar and him, it'll only take the tree from Lohar, and that's the only thing that applies in battle. Um, the thing that does apply from, and what's good about having a secondary commander, is the skill sets. These do apply, active and passive abilities or skills. So these are what matter for secondaries. So that's the second thing that's kind of misunderstood. So you got to really think about that when you're building up your characters. You want to have like high skilled uh, secondaries and kind of work on the ones that don't have as high skills. I don't know, as your primary. I guess you could do both. But anyways, the number 3 misunderstood thing is going to be it's very similar, actually. It's actually the armor that they've added to the game. It's pretty useful, but the bad thing about it is it's just like talent points. So it does not apply. The secondary commanders do not apply with their any kind of buffs that they have on that they get from uh, their armor. It only applies if they're in the first slot. So that kind of sucks. I found that out when I made these pair of pants for Lohar, because they don't apply the extra 3% unless he's the one in the front, unless he's the primary commander. So that's the third thing. The fourth thing is pretty important, but you may know it. It has to do with boosts. So let's go here. Uh, so the boosts. Everyone kind of knows, you know, the basic. These can't go together. The attack and the defense ones, that tells you in the game. But these ones, they don't. So you have the universal plus 50% for 8 hours and the 24-hour ones. And that just straight across buffs all of your gathering for any resources. So what's misunderstood is that they don't stack. So if you activate one of these and then you're like, oh, I want the additional 25% as well for food. because I'm collecting food, but it only takes the buff from the 50%, and this just goes to waste if you activate both of them. And that goes for any of these. These are only used with each other, so never activate one of these and then one of these. You want to only activate one of these and one of these, like of this the specified ones. So only use specified together, and then use the universal one by itself. So like I said, like right here, I'm only using the universal one. That's the only one I'm using. But if I run out of universals, I can start using the specified one and activate each one and still have 25 on each percent. But anyways, the fifth thing that's misunderstood a lot. Oh, yes, troop speed. That's what it was. Jesus. All right, so I want to go into here. Let's actually go. Oh, I can't click on my cavalry right now because I'm trying to complete a quest. But anyways, I might just click on it. So what's misunderstood about march speed is what people don't do is come in here and click on this, and it says that basically if you have a really slow troop, you're only as fast as like your slowest troop. So if you send literally T1 infantry with a T3 siege, it's only going to be as fast as the siege, and the siege is only normal speed. But there's also an underlying march speed as well between the 4 units, and that being cavalry is the fastest. The second fastest is tied between the infantry and archers, and then the third, of course, last place is siege. They're the slowest. So they all have their march speeds, and T1s are the fastest, and then it just keeps getting slower from there. So it's kind of it's hard to understand, kind of, actually. So the fastest unit would be T1 cavalry, and then it would go to T1 infantry / archer, and then it'd be T1 siege. And then the next one would be T2 cavalry. There would be the next fastest. So you kind of understand how that goes. Like, it's kind of like a trickle down effect, but they all have their own speeds. So you kind of have to be aware of that. Just know that cavalry's fastest, second is those two, and then siege is super slow. And then if you have high tier cavalry, or I mean, sorry, siege, then they're just going to be super slow. And then if you have that in your army, that's as fast, that makes all the other troops just as fast, because you're only as fast as your slowest troop. So if you're trying to go really far rallies, and you send siege, it'll slow down all your troops, even if you have all cavalry. Even if you only have one siege in there and you have the rest cavalry, it will be as slow as that one siege. So that's kind of the rule of thumb. I just want to let you guys know, it's not like there's like some kind of math equation that makes them a little bit faster if you send a bunch of, cavalry with them. No, they're only as fast as the slowest unit in that march. So that's the fifth one. I hope you guys knew some of them. If you didn't know some of them, hopefully this will help you out understand more things about the game. I'll probably come out with other videos, so please check me out. And yeah, you guys have a good day.